A few weeks ago, I mentioned a remark by my daughter, and some folks were not happy. I meant to respond but got distracted. Now I want to come back to that topic. So I asked my daughter why the male K pop idols always maintain a feminine look. And he said, because obviously boys look better when they look like girls. Some comments were like, nah, that's an Asian thing, won't work in America. Really? If you think K pop aesthetics are only for Asians, let me ask you, who was the king of pop? Do you think so many ladies would have fainted in his concert if Michael looked like Arnold? How would those dance moves look like? Of course, Arnold was a superstar too, but I'm pretty sure his fan base was predominantly male. If you look at the top romance movies, you won't find someone like that. Is this guy hyper masculine? A lot of men may not even know this show, but it's one of the most streamed romance series, written and directed by a woman. I don't see a lot of muscle. You might think Keanu is masculine because of John Wick, but have you seen any of his old romance movies? Look at this. You could put him in a K-pop group, he'd blend right in. Well, of course, there's more than one aesthetic preference. How many different breeds of dogs humans came up with, right? Of course, K-pop is not the only golden standard. But statistically, that insight makes a lot of sense. This is a British peer-reviewed study that asked 152 straight white men and women to choose the most attractive male and female faces using a software. They were told to slide a bar on the screen to morph a standard face between the most feminine and the most masculine versions. And here's one of the findings. The faces that the male respondents believed were most attractive to straight women were always way more masculine than the faces female respondents actually chose. And similarly, the faces that female respondents believed were most attractive to straight men were also somewhat more feminine than what the male respondents actually chose. So both genders overestimate the importance of gender-enhancing features. That experiment was only about looks, but I'm pretty sure it's also true about personalities. I'm not saying men should actually chase the K-pop looks, okay? There's no guarantee it'll work. But it will be even worse if you follow those Manosphere look-maxing drug dealers, okay? Those fuckers will kill any little chance you still have with women because they drive you toward the opposite direction, both physically and mentally. They promote masculine looks because it happens to be correlated with the conservative politics. Rich people like Elon will help spread their content for free. No rich people will try to spread my content, I can tell you that. There's a loose coalition between billionaires and the Manosphere influencers because they happen to want the same political candidates. Their traffic is not organic and their content is not sincere. One thing you should take home from that British research paper is that if you want to learn what women like, you should not ask men. Even if the men you ask are honest, they still won't give you an accurate estimate, let alone the fact that most online advisors lie through their teeth for a living. You want the answer? Read books written by women. Watch movies directed by women. And if movies and books are too exhausting for you, at least follow podcasters and YouTubers that are women. If you're a straight man in the dating market, at least half of your consumed content should come from women. Rather than listening to 100 men guessing what women want, why not just cut the middleman and listen to women directly? I have no monetary motivation to lead you to female authors. I don't get a dime of commission from them. I just really sincerely believe they can help. I want young men to be happy because when you guys are happy, it'll be safer for everyone else. You wouldn't storm the Capitol if you were happy, right? I want you to be happy as much as you want yourself to be happy. And my sincere advice is to immerse yourself in the wisdom of women.